whisper, eerie pause. A real-life demon might have possessed this actor during filming. We all love a good scare, but what happens when the horror on screen spills into the real world? Today, we're counting down 5 horror movie bloopers that are so terrifying, they feel way too real. These bloopers were almost deleted. These aren't just actors messing up their lines. These are moments where something genuinely unexplainable and creepy happened on set, and sometimes it was even caught on camera. I've spent the last week digging up the craziest, most unsettling stories from behind the scenes of your favorite horror movies, and what I found is going to blow your mind. This video is only 8 minutes long, but I guarantee it will keep you up at night. I went through hours of behind-the-scenes footage and interviews to find these 5 moments. Honestly, some of them even creeped me out. We're talking about unexplained technical failures, real ghostly apparitions caught on film, actors who were so terrified they could barely continue shooting. These aren't just spooky legends. These are documented events that made cast and crew question what was real and what was just part of the movie. Join me as I dive into 5 terrifying true horror movie bloopers that are so creepy, I dare you to watch them alone at night. We're going to break down each event, look at the evidence, and see just how close these movies came to capturing something paranormal. And trust me, you're going to want to stay till the end for the most disturbing one. The last blooper on this list is so insane, it makes all the others look like a joke. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Imagine you're filming the most intense exorcism scene in movie history. The actors are giving it their all. The special effects are going off, and then suddenly, everything goes dark. All the lights, all the cameras, all the sound equipment, dead. This wasn't just a blown fuse. This happened multiple times during the filming of The Exorcist, and only during the exorcism scenes. This is where things go from a movie set to a potential real-life haunting. The crew would be in the middle of a perfect take, with Linda Blair thrashing in the bed and the priests performing the ritual, and then, bam, complete technical failure. The lights would explode. The multi-million-dollar camera equipment would just stop working for no reason. It got so bad that the director, William Friedkin, started to get seriously freaked out. It was happening too often and too specifically to be a coincidence. It was almost like something on that set did not want them filming those particular scenes. They brought in electricians and tech experts, the best in the business, to figure out what was going on. They found absolutely nothing wrong. The equipment was perfectly fine. They'd reset everything, start filming the exorcism again, and within minutes, the same thing would happen. It was a cycle of unexplained, targeted malfunctions that left the entire crew on edge. Think about it. You're acting out a scene about demonic possession, and it feels like a real entity is actively sabotaging you. The strangeness wasn't just limited to the gear. Crew members started reporting hearing strange noises on the sound stages when no one was there. Whispers, footsteps, and unsettling sounds would be picked up on the audio recordings, even when the set was supposed to be completely silent. The atmosphere became incredibly tense. People were genuinely scared to be there, especially when they had to shoot in the bedroom set where the exorcism took place. The feeling of dread was real. It got so bad that William Friedkin, who was a skeptic, actually called in a real priest to perform an exorcism on the set itself. He was desperate. He told the cast and crew that he felt a sense of unease and that strange and sinister things were happening. The priest came and blessed the set, and while some of the major issues seemed to lessen, the feeling that they were not alone never really went away. The technical bloopers were so consistent and so strange. Years later, cast and crew members still talk about it with a sense of genuine fear. They don't laugh it off as a funny on-set story. They describe it as a truly unnerving experience. It's one thing to make a horror movie, but it's another thing entirely to feel like you're living in one. The line between the film's fiction and the set's reality became terrifyingly blurred. Ellen Burstyn, who played the mother, said in an interview that there was a feeling of doom that hung over the production. People on set heard and saw things that couldn't be explained. For the 1979 classic, The Amityville Horror, the cast and crew didn't just recreate a haunted house story. Some of them believed they actually lived it. The film was shot in a real house in New Jersey, not the actual Amityville house, but it seemed the Paranormal Activity decided to show up for production anyway. This wasn't just a case of spooky vibes. This was a series of events that terrified seasoned professionals. From the very beginning of the shoot, crew members started reporting strange occurrences. They would hear unexplained noises like footsteps on the upper floors when no one was up there. Doors would allegedly swing open and shut on their own. Tools and pieces of equipment would go missing, only to reappear in strange places hours later. It started as small, dismissible things, but the frequency and intensity grew until no one could ignore it anymore. It was as if the house itself was playing tricks on them. The star of the film, James Brolin, was a skeptic before he took the role. He wasn't convinced the original Amityville story was real. However, that changed during production. He reported waking up at 4:15 a.m. every single morning while filming, the exact time the real-life murders in the Amityville house were said to have occurred. It happened so consistently that it deeply unsettled him, making him believe that something supernatural was genuinely at play. Things got even weirder. There are reports that during a take, a camera captured something truly bizarre. As they were filming a scene, a shadow or figure was allegedly seen moving in the background on the playback monitor. When they stopped and reviewed the footage, it was there. But when they checked the area, it was completely empty. The crew was so freaked out that it caused a major delay in shooting as they tried to debunk what they had just seen on their own camera. The fear on set became palpable. People didn't want to be in the house alone. Crew members would stick together, and no one dared to wander off. The constant feeling of being watched was a common complaint. It wasn't just one or two people. It was a collective experience of unease that permeated the entire production. The actors later said that they didn't have to act scared in some scenes. The genuine fear they were feeling on set translated directly to the screen. Even after they wrapped filming, the strangeness continued. Some members of the production claimed to have experienced paranormal phenomena in their own homes after working on the movie, almost as if something had followed them from the set. This bloopers reel of unexplained events, the noises, the moving objects, the camera anomalies, wasn't a result of technical error. It was a series of chilling moments that made everyone question if they were just making a movie or if they had stumbled into a real haunting. The stories from this set have become legendary in Hollywood. While no definitive ghostly footage was ever released to the public, the sheer volume of first-hand accounts from the cast and crew is staggering. The footage of their terrified reactions, however, is right there in the final cut of the movie. The fear you see in their eyes is real, and knowing the story behind it makes the film that much more chilling. The footage, even without a visible ghost, still gives chills. Chapter 3. That eerie, glitchy video of Samara crawling out of the well is one of the most iconic and terrifying images in modern horror. But what if the little girl who played that monster was experiencing her own real-life paranormal activity? For Davy Chase, the young actress who brought Samara to life, the horror didn't stop when the cameras cut. Her experiences on set were a blooper reel of pure, unadulterated fear. During filming, she reported strange and unsettling occurrences. She claimed to see apparitions on set and fleeting figures at the edge of her vision that vanished when she looked. She felt an unexplained presence with her, especially when she was in full Samara makeup and costume. Imagine being a child actor under massive pressure and feeling haunted. She told production that doors would creak open by themselves and that objects in her dressing room would be moved when no one was inside. Small, creepy moments slowly built up and made her more frightened as filming continued. Director Gore Verbinski used her genuine fear to his advantage. He wanted Samara to feel unnerving and otherworldly. So, Dave's real terror added realism no acting alone could. Other actors' uneasy reactions on set were often genuine. The most famous blooper came during the closet scene. As tension built, a light reportedly flickered and burst. Right at the scare, the cast and crew jumped. For those already on edge, it felt like confirmation something paranormal was there with them. Multiple crew members corroborated the strange vibe. They said the atmosphere changed whenever Daveg was fully in character. Her performance and reality blurred, and her fear was contagious. The psychological toll was real. The bloopers weren't missed lines. They were moments when the veil seemed to tear. That real fear added a disturbing layer you can still feel watching the movie today. Chapter 4. What was supposed to be fake became frighteningly real. Paranormal Activity is famous for its found footage style. During filming in Oren Peli's own house, the line between script and reality blurred. The movie might have been genuinely haunted. The entire movie was shot in Oren Peli's house. Oren Peli, Katie Featherston, Micah Sloat. They set up cameras to capture spooky events. But soon, they started capturing things they hadn't planned for. The script was mostly an outline, relying on improvisation. The actors' reactions ended up being real. Objects started moving on their own. Actors would return to find things out of place. A door they had closed was found wide open. Then a lotion bottle fell off a shelf, by itself. They had no special effects rigs. It just fell. The shock on the actors' faces was 100% genuine. The house became oppressive at night. Oren Peli said they were scared to be there. They were making a horror movie but living one. The psychological toll was immense. They slept in the same house while filming these scenes. The most compelling blooper is the footage itself. Cameras rolled for hours, catching strange moments. Subtle shifts in shadows, faint whispers picked up by the microphones. Orbs of light floating across the screen. Many of these could be explained, but the volume and real reactions feel authentic. Production blurred scripted scares and real terror. When you watch the film, you're not just seeing actors pretending. You're watching people in constant high alert and genuine fear for weeks. The captured knocks, the moving objects, the heavy atmosphere. What started as a movie became a terrifying social experiment. Chapter 5. We've saved the most disturbing one for last. Imagine you're on the set of The Conjuring, a movie about the real-life paranormal investigators, Ed Warren, Lorraine Warren. The story is already terrifying. But then, the possessed doll Annabelle starts moving on camera when it's not supposed to. This isn't a special effect. This isn't a prank. The moment sent pure terror through the crew. On set, they used a prop replica of Annabelle. The real doll is locked in the Warrens Occult Museum. It's considered one of the most haunted objects in the world. The crew tried to stay professional. That professionalism was shattered during one take. The doll was placed in a chair, meant to remain still. The doll's head slowly tilted to the side, small, subtle movement, in the dead silence. Everyone saw it. No wires, no remote controls, no one was touching it. The doll moved on its own. Cut. Panic washed over the set. Pure, unadulterated fear. People screamed. Others backed away from the doll. James Wan was visibly shaken. He called it one of the most unsettling things he's seen. The atmosphere became almost unbearable. This wasn't an isolated incident. Numerous reports of other strange occurrences. Crew felt a sinister presence around the prop room. Lights flickering, objects falling. Lorraine Warren said she felt a malevolent entity on set. But the doll moving was the smoking gun, a physical, visible event witnessed by dozens. A terrifying blooper, the supernatural on set. The story spread like wildfire. Dread hung over production. Cast and crew speak of it with chilling reverence. Not a joke. It made them question what they were dealing with. The footage has never been officially released. The incident is a terrifying final word. Some things are better left unseen. Annabelle, shrouded in shadow. And there you have it. 5 bloopers that are way scarier than the movies themselves. From demonic glitches on the set of The Exorcist to the Annabelle doll actually moving on its own, these stories prove that sometimes the horror doesn't end when the director yells, "Cut." I spent so much time digging into these, and honestly, the story from The Conjuring set is the one that gets under my skin the most. The idea of that doll moving in front of everyone is just pure nightmare fuel. I literally wouldn't be able to sleep for a week. Which blooper freaked you out the most? Was it the unexplained technical failures, the real-life hauntings, or the cursed objects coming to life? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one, and I want to know which story is going to be keeping you up tonight. Don't forget to challenge your friends to watch this alone at night and see if they can handle it. I bet they can't. I had a blast making this video, and I have so many more creepy stories to share with you. For more creepy behind-the-scenes stories, subscribe and check out my other videos. We're just getting started. Next one will be even crazier. Thanks for watching, and try to get some sleep tonight. You might need it.